Hey, everybody, listening to the Combo Wombo podcast. I'm Chip Monk. With me as always, the Mr. Gimpy.
What's going on, Chip? How's it going, brother?
What's happening, dude? Just pretty good, dude. Feeling good. It's been a while since I did the intro, dude.
It's been a while since you did the intro.
3 more bars from that, dude. We're getting hit with this lawsuit.
The copyright
dude.
Strike, right, for sure.
Yeah, dude, taking the whole thing down, dude.
Might have to.
Lovely. It's original cover by us, dude.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Sheesh.
So, big U.S. holiday. The 4th just happened. Yeah, how'd that go for you, man? I had was out with the kids. We went and saw some fireworks here, and
I just stayed at home. I looked out the balcony, saw some fireworks for like 15, 20 minutes. I was like, nice.
Do you get to see the city fireworks from your apartment?
No, I'm like slightly at the wrong angle for it. And then they always change where they do the city ones as well. So sometimes, yes, because they do it along
like the river. I thought they used to do it
by the river.
Yeah.
Then they change it to the Capitol for a little bit. Then they stopped. I think now it's all done at the stadium.
Okay.
So they just like
which stadium? The soccer stadium?
Here.
Oh, the XL. Okay.
They might do the other one, dude.
Okay.
They might. I don't know. They change it all the time. I don't pay attention. I know they're doing one at the baseball one though. So.
Yeah. They always do one at the baseball one though.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They're showing like the movie summer blockbuster Twister there.
Really? That's crazy. Okay. I figured they'd watch Independence Day, the July 4th movie to watch, Welcome to Earth.
Dude. So no, I didn't do any of that, dude. I just stayed and I played some Ninja Gaiden, looked outside, saw some fireworks. I've been deep in the Balatro game, dude. I picked that shit up.
Okay.
That's for recommend.
Classic,
from my buddy.
Yeah. I'm guessing Crab recommended it.
No, I was talking about
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know other people besides Crab, dude.
No. Crab's real big into the card games. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
I asked him about it after I started playing. I was like, "Well, you know about Balatro?" He's like, "It's great." But I was like, "I don't know. I'm not liking it. I don't. It's not a very good game."
This is the hottest take of all time. The game was up for Game of the Year, and people said that it should have won out over like the AAA games that won. So
it's just
it's that game's actually super good, and I think you're bad at it. But go on, let's hear your opinion.
I will say I am bad at it, but it's because the game purposely teaches you the incorrect way to play it. So I'm like sitting there like playing it. There's like several problems with how it introduces things. One is that it locks a lot of the jokers behind progression. It locks gameplay elements also behind progression. And it also like
standard
changes
roguelike behavior.
Yeah. So I would say the roguelike elements to unlock other elements works fundamentally against the roguelike gameplay. And they know this, so you can just go into the options and just hit unlock everything. And that's probably how you should play the game, because like the first 6 rounds, like you really have to build economy, and then you're also kind of just hoping hard on RNG for anything to convert your deck to other play styles, like whatever like Joker you get. So you're like just hoping for like these 1 in 20, 1 in 40 chances to get like a Joker to like transition into like a Hangman or like the other was like the Fool.
It sounds like you don't inherently like poker in general. Because it's all RNG.
Play poker, dude.
It's RNG with strategy though. Like it seems like you're against the entire idea of it.
I will say that like
you could form a strategy depending on any Joker that you have in that game, and swapping them out and all that. It's like there's different play styles to build.
Sure, but it all like fundamentally comes down to like economy, and then like building that in the first like 6 rounds. And if you don't have that, then the entire rest of the hand falls apart. And like they also know this, dude. Like it's built into the game mechanics. You can just hold R and it restarts the run for you, dude.
And by they, keep in mind one guy made it.
Yeah, the developer. Yeah. So like I'm sure he's aware of like the shortcomings of like how this game presents itself and the play styles in it, dude. Like, and I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like I was playing. It's fun. I've sunk a few hours into it already. Like,
it's not a very good game. I've played it for hours.
Yeah, I mean, not like crazy hours. Like I'm pretty much done with it. Because I felt like I wanted to give it like a good shot. Because I was like, man, it feels like there's a good game hidden here under everything. This week I just looked it up right now while we're talking. I got like 13 hours into it altogether.
Okay.
I'm pretty much done with it. I've been playing Ninja Gaiden. It's pretty great.
Okay.
Yeah. For like I can do like basically a round of Balatro or like a hour of Ninja Gaiden. So I was kind of going back and forth between those two games.
Okay.
So I got like 2-3 hours into Ninja Gaiden.
So you're playing through Sigma 1.
Yeah.
What are your opinions of that? Because you just
it's still way too early.
An overwhelming positive game that had so many game of the year nods. It's a pretty bad game. So I'm just curious what your opinion of on Ninja Gaiden, which at the time of release was considered one of the best action games ever. It was the Dark Souls before Dark Souls, because it was one of the hard games that people who were masochists were into. Yeah. And I'm not saying that because it's one of my favorite games ever, but
I don't feel like it's that hard. I don't know if like they patched it or something. Like
no, you're also playing it on the easiest difficulty too.
Sigma.
So.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, as you do. I think I understand how you're supposed to play that game, and it rewards you for playing the game like as designed.
So,
which is like creating space combos, and then like certain enemies are susceptible to certain types of like attack combos, and some of them like you have to like dodge or counter to break.
So a big
it's
thing
about like spacing and stuff. You know?
A big thing with it at the time of release that made it so like unique was it was like playing a fighting game as like an action game. So, a lot of the times like the character, all of the enemies are designed to kill you. So you actually had to have your defense and your dodges up. Other games, other action games on that point, they were designed to have the player have fun killing them, right?
Yeah.
So
like even like free flow combat and like
so that was the fundamental difference from a lot of games at that time. And keep in mind the Arkham game didn't come out for another like 6 years at that point. From where
you have like maybe like a Devil May Cry,
DMC 1 and 2 at that point. Yeah. So,
and those are more way arcadey. Just
after,
get your high score up, dude.
Yeah. I think both are great. Fundamental, but Ninja Gaiden is where my bread and butter goes. But that's sick, man. So, do you see yourself playing through the rest of the series? I think I basically have to, dude. Okay.
Okay. At this point, I don't know. It's fun. I'm having fun with it. I was thinking about like recording small videos just to like send to you.
Yeah.
But then I was like, man, it's kind of a lot of work. And I was like, this dude doesn't give a fuck. Like, what am I doing?
I would probably send a video back doing the same thing, but on a higher difficulty, just to mess with you, just to poke the bear there.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's a game, dude. It's a game of all time. I don't know. Yeah, between the two, I put more hours into Balatro, but I would say Ninja Gaiden
easier to just pick up.
I would say Ninja Gaiden inspires me, dude.
Okay.
Whereas Balatro just infuriates me. But both from like a game design perspective. So I'm just looking at like Balatro and I'm like, man, they really fucked this up in a lot of different ways. Like it's good, but it could have been great, dude. It was just short of being great, dude.
I think you're fundamentally against a lot of the deck building roguelike design choices that are you playing the same type of deck each time, or are you selecting different decks to go through the play?
Doesn't it give you like different decks?
Yeah, at the start you choose which deck you want to play, like red deck, yellow deck, blue deck, stuff like that.
Yeah, like the cards from like
different
whatever
and stuff. Yeah,
I just go through those. I've beaten like most of them. Like again, like the game's not hard for me, dude. Like I've beaten like most of the runs like in the first 2 tries, or like the only times I'll mess up is if like I
I disagree with that. People have had
it's video poker,
30 hours with this dude. I'm gonna check your achievements, bro. That sounds like cap. It sounds like cap.
I don't know.
Sure.
Like, what achievements are we looking at?
You're just getting a full run. There's no way in hell you played for 10 hours. You said 13 hours. Yeah. You had a full run. I just fundamentally disagree with that.
I got 9 out of 31 achievements in this game, dude.
Yeah, we'll fact check that. We'll put a blurb right here.
Got played at least 2,500 cards. What we got? Legendary, card discarder.
None of those is
Get what you get. Cartarian, heads up. I don't know, 10K.
That's
Yeah,
a full run, brother.
they got like 9 out of 31, dude. Like all the runs that
achievements.
I've played.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
you
we'll
reach
fact check
91,
that.
score 10,000, at least one hand. Win a run. Yeah, dude, heads up.
You had win a run.
74.1% of players with this achievement, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easy as fuck, bro. Like
Okay.
it's video poker, dude. You act like this is like
I'm just
I would say like there's like
with your
that,
complaints against it just sounds like you're bad at it personally.
No, dude,
that's
I'm
not even a
fucking
shot.
great.
That's what it sounds like.
Bro, I come on this pod every single week and talk about how I play Hearthstone like a motherfucker in Battlegrounds, and that's like the worst card game ever. And like I'm like, man, this game's shit. And you're not like, oh, Blizzard's $1 billion corporation. They work for Microsoft, dude. They're not making bad games, bro. Like it's clearly you don't understand Hearthstone, bro. You fucking suck at it. That's why you don't like it. It's like, no, I like it. I just think they're doing a lot of scummy microtransaction problems. They have. Like,
I think it's your approach that makes it sound. It sounds like you're like, this sucks, but you're playing it for hours. It's
dude.
I just wouldn't spend my time playing something that I think sucks personally, but you're still grinding away.
There's no like perfect game out there that I'm just not playing, dude. Unless we count League of Legends.
Just threw me for a loop, brother.
I don't know, I'm just trolling you, dude. No, there's no perfect game, dude. I hit you with the rope and dope, dude.
You did.
You get flummoxed, dude. You're getting bamboozled.
I did.
Yeah, man. No, I like games. I just talk about them more critically here, and and when I say like this, like I don't like actively hate or like don't like these games. Like from an enjoyment perspective, I'm trying to kind of separate the two on here, where it's like I'm talking about like glaring fundamental game design problems that this game has, which doesn't mean it's a bad. Like you can do a lot. Like if you get like most things right, I think you can make a great game. Like like if you're like Ninja Gaiden, I don't like the level design like for how the combat works. A lot of it, like the cameras, like are good. They're good, and then like, some of it's great, and then some of it changes how the AI behaves because like it's so bad, and like a lot of that's like the product of the time as well. It's like we didn't know how to do like
the
3D.
Camera was criticized at launch as well.
I think the camera is great if you're playing the game as intended. So like you'll know if you're playing Ninja Gaiden correctly if it looks like you're in a ninja movie, dude. Like if it looks like you're like watching anime, then you're like playing Ninja Gaiden correctly. Otherwise, like it does, dude. Like I don't know if like you played Ninja Gaiden, but like you'll like have a moment where you're like dodging like ninja stars, then you like parry, roll out of the way, jump up, the camera like pans up, you're throwing more ninja stars, you like jump down, you kick a guy off his head, you fly backwards, and then like slice another dude and he like falls forward into the camera. You're like, god damn, that was like straight out of an anime. That was tight. But yeah, if you like aren't playing, like if you're fighting like the way the game's set up, the controls, like the camera tends to be more like fidgety, and then if you don't kill ninjas within like one or two of your like combos, then like it ends up where like they'll wander off screen. So then you have like a weird, like where you have to readjust your camera angle to like get back into the fight. But yeah, man, it's yeah, I think there's just some tight corridors though that like I don't like.
Corridors with the camera was an issue, and that's an issue with like 3D games. Like that era was the time when developers were just figuring it out, right? Like how to make a camera not only follow you but follow you into tight spaces. The OG Ninja Gaiden game I think really shines in the outdoor areas. You know, from the Hayabusa Ninja Village to Vigorian City and all that stuff. I think, but then you get to some of the underground catacombs areas, and the airship is actually I think is a highlight personally. I love that boss fight, but there are some corridors where the camera I remember from like you go down the stairs and then the camera swoops swoops in like behind it, and then someone gets caught behind the level architecture. But I've played through the game so often that it doesn't like people who play through like Sonic Adventure like 1 and 2, right? Like you see people who play that game all the time, where if you never played the game before, the camera will trip you up. But people who already know like where to go, what to do, like you can play like with Sonic or Shadow looking at you directly, and then you just blind like jumping, and you know exactly where to go. So you know it's probably like that for me on a playthrough. So I can't like disagree with you there. You know, but
it doesn't make it a bad game, dude.
Yeah,
like, I can have
and again, it's time as well, right?
As
like
somebody
I think
who's
those
like,
things would be harsher at the time now on release versus then.
I don't know. Like, there's like in Unity, they have like things, Cinemachine. That's like their camera system. You can like add in like dollies and pans and stuff. But like even then, when you have like modern tools trying to get like a good camera system's still hard to do, dude. like, you know, I don't like Unreal Engine. They just dropped like a bunch of new templates a while back. Forgot to mention it on here.
It's like,
but like it
4 or 5 months ago, wasn't it? Like it was like
that's like a month ago.
Year.
It's like a 5.5 style release. It's pretty recent.
Okay.
There was like a new racing, a new like first person shooter top
I
down. I
swear
like,
that came out like in like March.
They've had things like it. Like they have like the Laura thing, which is like a multiplayer FPS pack. But this is like more individual packs for like geared more towards like smaller indie devs. And they had like an FPS one and like a third person controller and stuff before, but this is like even more now. There's like 7 or 8 of them. Yeah, even like cameras are hard to do. It's hard to be a good cameraman, dude. It's like cinematography. If you ever tried to like film something, yeah, you don't know how hard it is because you've never tried. And then like you don't like it's like special effects in like movies where it's like if it's done well, like you don't notice, it's just invisible. Like camera works so good, like in modern like cinema, like you don't even realize how good it is until you like try and watch like an amateur film or like, you know, just like anything that's like not a stationary camera. There's a reason why like most like YouTube videos and stuff are like just people just chilling in their room, sitting in their car.
Lack of ability for movement too, though. Like
skill issues.
A lot of times it's one person. You know, so you set it up wherever you are.
We could do this like a British TV show. You and me just walking around the city, throwing comments. Be like, over here in the park. Let us talk about our favorite games.
Should we do it? Should we get some lav mics, a GoPro, and just walk around?
I'm like, look out here in nature. It's a good nature game. It's like Firewatch, maybe.
Firewatch, yeah.
Pokemon Snap.
Let's so with some time we have left, I do want to bring up the big thing on the internet right now. You know, the Stop Killing Games initiative. It's been going on for a while. It's near the finish line.
They sent this to me weeks ago, dude. You're like,
a petition for the EU to
I told you're a hypocrite, dude. You're like,
stop killing games. No, let me talk, brother. I let you talk about your crappy Balatro experience. Let me.
I'm dropping knowledge nuggets, dude.
But so essentially,
about your hypocrisy, dude.
It wants the initiative. Just I'm sure every other outlet has covered this, but pretty basically a end of life plan to give like servers and things to the players to like an MMO ends. You don't want to just never play that MMO again because the publisher decides to never support it or never do servers. So it's like, hey, give us tools to continue playing, whether that's to put up private servers, whether if it's a live service game, whether if it's offline tools to continue playing, even in a as an example, it was a single player mode or server tools. YouTuber Pirate Software just quadrupled down on a horrible take of saying of taking the publisher's side for a lot of things. But as someone who has liked games that have ended and that have ended support with where the main gameplay was online, having tools or anything available for the community to pick up, I think is an inherently good thing. For like a battle royale stuff. Like I really liked the Radical Heights game that a lot of people didn't, but I thought it was a fun like 80s take on the BR thing. That was actually my favorite BR ever, and it closed down after like a month. And some people have been working on like remaking the game or like relaunching the server, or, like custom servers, but it's nowhere. Famously, Phantasy Star Online, the OG MMO console MMO from Sega, we can still play that game because people have reverse engineered the servers. So Dreamcast players, Xbox players, PS2, GameCube players can all jump in on the same servers.
Oh.
And it might not be PS2, but I know for a fact GameCube. But can jump in on the same servers and play together. Right? To this day in 2025. Like if someone didn't reverse engineer that game would be lost to time. It also has a single player offline mode, but let's be honest with Phantasy Star, it's not as good unless you're playing it online.
PSO, dude.
Yeah.
It's always online.
There's custom servers for Lineage that you famously have Lineage played 2, and loved. Great. So yeah.
This one's for World of Warcraft. There's like even John Carmack, they released like Doom and so id Software prior, their motto was to give the games to the fans after a set period of time. So usually it was when they went to a new engine. So id Tech 1, 2, 3 all became open source, and the fans are out there. So we're still getting games made with the Doom source, like we're using GZ Doom as like the favorite. Same with the Unreal. Like I know they do like preemptive stuff as well. Like where it's like their new Unreal tournament. Like they decided to like cancel it, so they're like all the assets and stuff are out there now for free.
Yep.
You can make like fan games and stuff with it. Like same with like their Infiniblade or their the Paragon.
Yep.
Like all those assets are out there.
And people are making their own Paragon, just bringing it back, right? So
try and bring it back, which is nice. It's not the original with the cards. Talk about a real deck builder, dude. Let me tell you about
the Duel. If you early 2000s Guns the Duel, if you were playing that, there are custom servers now, and that game's been shut down forever. So that game lives on because of the fans. Enemy Territory, Wolfenstein Enemy Territory lives on because of the fans. The server browsers are alive and people are still playing. So how am I being a hypocrite?
Oh, because I was telling you I was thinking about buying Ninja Gaiden, and you sent me this fucking hour-long video breaking this shit down, stop killing games. And then I was like, I should really not probably buy shit from Steam then, because like I'm purchasing a license to
look at Steam's EULA,
a digital locker.
What? At the bottom of Steam's EULA, what does it say if Steam ever goes down?
I don't know, dude. I don't read that shit. Nobody reads the EULA.
Every game that you own will have an offline, will be available offline. So there you go. Least intrusive DRM.
It's still not like
no. Least intrusive DRM.
I'm saying like good old games. Also, say Steam's been better at like providing you access to games you've bought, even if like the person who made the game, the publisher goes out of business or tries to pull them off the show. Like I have weird games that you can't access anywhere anymore, like on my Steam locker. And, like I don't know, like some of that stuff. I'm like, should I download it? Do I need to preserve this? Like, what is going on with like some of these games? Like, I don't know. All this really does is seek to clarify like the purchase agreement between like end users and software game publishers, and it's kind of like an opening gambit of like, hey, can you clarify, is this like a license to like a software? Is it not? Like, and then can we not have like such vague, broad terms of like, we can just kill your access whenever, you can kill servers whenever, which, makes sense.
I think one of the biggest things perspective is Ubisoft, right? With The Crew.
Yeah.
Not only did they shut the servers down and the game had an offline mode as well, but they retroactively went in and yanked the game from your hard drive essentially, right? It's like, you no longer own this, doesn't it? So that is one of the things, right? So imagine you're eating spaghetti, right, for dinner, and the Bertoli or whatever walks in and just grabs the noodles that you had and said, "Nah, you can't have this anymore," right? It's like the hell
noodles for you. I don't know. It's like that for games you buy too. It's like I forgot what game this was, but I just opened it up like on a Steam sale, and then like they hit you with this long ass fucking ELO, dude, where it's like, yo, you gotta be online, you gotta do all this shit, and like if you hit disagree, dude, like you can't play the game. It's like you have to agree to a license to terms and conditions for a piece of software that's already on your system. Like you're literally like, oh, you can't access these files on your PC. These are proprietary files of somebody else. And it's like, fuck you, dude. This is my computer. Like this would be like if you bought a car and they're like, yeah, you can't open up, the hood of the car and look under it, dude. This is like proprietary shit. Yeah, right to repair Tesla is a huge problem, dude. Like even like tractors and shit, dude. Yeah, they keep on. Yeah, Tesla's like you're paying $8,000 or $10,000 for software to access your car.
Yep.
Yeah, it's harder, dude. You own nothing, bro. This is the future.
Yeah.
All digital future.
And I'm a big proponent of physical media as well. One of the one of the saddest things I think that has happened within our lifetime is big box PC games just going the way of the dodo. And the big box games obviously wouldn't last. It takes up so much room in stores and all that, and then game sizes are huge. No one has CD-ROM drives anymore or DVD-ROM drives. All of that.
Man, there used to be whole stores, just like software stores, dude.
My thought was, I always thought growing up that everything would just go on like a big USB stick or something, right? And then you just plug it in. You just
get like a sticker with like a CD key.
Right. But like PC gaming is always on.
Is this how you are you trying to sell me on NFTs, you piece of shit?
No.
Because I feel like you're like talking about like if only we had like a non-fungible token you could have access to and you owned it. Well, you son of a bitch. You're trying to trick me into some bullshit.
But no, Nintendo is just shipping,
is that what Stop Killing Games is
blank cartridges with a license to download it. And then the crazy thing about that, right, is I can plug in my NES and play a game from 35 years ago right now. The worry is 30 years from now, if I want to play a game that was on, like, for example, the Switch 2, and the game that I'm trying to play was just a license key that connected to download servers, will those servers be up? Can I play that game? So at that point,
the Nintendo stores just start going down, like was it Wii U and
Wii U,
I think the Wii, they've been closing down their stores, bro.
They do.
There's like the Xbox stores with like the OG arcade games and shit you can't really access, and they're bringing back some of them. Like, I don't know, man. That's just gone.
Some games are just locked on the consoles they're on, and they're locked if you downloaded that.
There's like thousands of games that have just been fucking wiped. Thanos snapped from existence.
So from a game preservation standpoint, I think that there should be some recourse or some preservation for some of these products.
I don't know. They do it for movies.
Yep.
They do it for like art, where they'll put it like the Library of Congress. Like video games, for some reason, aren't in that, and it's actively petitioned against from like the games companies. Like every time they're like, "Oh yeah, we should add this. This is art. This is important to like society," and they're like, "No, it's not. We own that. Actually, fuck off."
So that's the inherent problem with, like, I think publishers versus gamers. The end user, they cater to us, but they also want to screw us as well. They're like, how can we continue getting money off of these people after the first purchase, right? Publishers hate when you just buy the game once, like no DLC comes out. They're like, oh, that was profitable for 1 quarter. Now no one's buying the game because everyone owns it.
Software as a service. Everything moved to like SaaS because they can show month-over-month revenue and that looks good on quarterly reports. And they can be like, oh, look, this is like a hockey puck that keeps going up. We keep getting more business, and therefore huge growth potential. So it's not going to change unless we like fundamentally change how the stock market works.
There's a sect of people who are all like, well, I don't want the government kind of telling us what to do with this, but at this point, something has to be done, and I don't think it's going to be industry oversight going, hey, you should probably have server tools to be cool with your fan base to continue your games after you don't want to support them anymore. It's like, nah, F those people. I
have a long track record of saying we need like some sort of like government legislation to like change like a lot of like the shitty microtransactions, a lot of like the shitty software services, like, and I was like, I just don't see like the political will or anyone actually doing them. This is
It
one of
would.
the few things that are out there.
It's going to have to
starting.
happen in the EU because of their more robust like laws related to gaming. Like the US, it's just like, okay, the EULA, that's
It's a bunch of
it.
80-year-old fucks, dude, in the
That's
US.
true.
Like everyone's like, you have to explain the internet to these fucking old crypt keepers, dude. Like,
Yeah,
they're
that's
like,
true.
what? The games? What?
Yeah. Why do we care? That's just something kids play.
Yeah.
No, it's
They just
it's a $1 billion
just give them
industry.
more, whistle candies, and they're out there with their whistle candies and hopscotch, and now they want things for their software. I have Excel. You can't own Microsoft like that.
But
like,
I will say this:
it's crazy, dude.
With that, I do.
This isn't a monopoly somehow.
And the petition is just to bring it up. It's not like laws are going to pass because you signed a petition, right? It brings it up to the European government to discuss it. So
it's pretty funny, dude.
It's
like
step one. And then I don't understand why anyone just wouldn't be for a discussion. So that's, so anyone in the EU that listens, I'm sure you've already signed the petition. If you're listening to us, you probably already have.
I don't know. If they're game devs, dude, like, don't sign it, dude. Fuck these guys. Like, we don't want to do any extra work. We want to be able to charge people. We want to be able to, like, put out shoddy, hot products that we can just flip and sell, and then they have no refund, dude. Fuck consumer rights, dude. If we can just trick people and, like, extracting their money from them, bro, that's what Game Dev 101's all about, baby. Fuck art, dude.
Wow, Jesus. All right, on that note, that's going to be taken out of context. So there's going to be no sarcasm there. It's like, between your Balatro take and then this take, dude, you're just digging yourself a grave, brother.
No, dude, at least I have some fucking opinions, dude, and some balls, dude. Instead of everyone else like, oh, Balatro's great. I got 5 hours into it. I haven't even beat a run. And I'm like, yo, these runs are easy as shit. There's some fundamental design problems in the back end on how like the scoring and like deck building works that I just don't like.
All right. On that note, there'll be a link to the Stop Killing Games like everyone else in the space is doing right now, because it is something that we should all at least look into. Chip, I'm happy you're playing games again, brother. Well, we'll get to that.
Hating, dude.
Playing and hating, that's what you're here for, brother.
Yeah, dude.
All right, for the Combo Wombo podcast, I'm Mr. Gimpy. That's
Chipmunk.
Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys
next
week. We out of here.
Deuces.